What is up, everybody? This is All Things Entertaining here, bringing you with a brand new video, and today we have the top 16 Witchcrafter deck list that is coming out of the UDS Indianapolis just over the past weekend, and we actually have quite a interesting list, as UDSs typically are forgiving to rogue decks like this one, but it is actually accompanying with some pretty unfair cards like Mystic Mind, so get used to seeing this card in your True Draco matchups as well as your Sky Striker matchups, because and just side deck your Twin Twisters and your Cosmic Cyclones for this for this card, because it is going to be quite the card to at least play and play against, and you're going to want to just out this card. So anyway, let's just jump right into the deck list. Overall, we have 2 Ghost Ogre and Star Rabbit and 3 Gamma, and by proxy we also have the Cypher Driver, because you should not play the Gamma package without Driver. The reason for this is because this deck loses heavily to Ash Blossom and other hand traps of the such. This way he's playing Cypher Gamma as well as Call by the Grave, and Ghost Ogre and Star Rabbit is just a really good card in general. As I said in the last video, we're going to be expecting more and more of this card in the future, so do be on the lookout for this card stopping your opponent's diagrams and your opponent's salad decks and all that stuff. It's just a fantastic card in general. Next we have a 2 Hain, which is basically which is Trident. You just discard a spell card, destroy a face of monster. It's a really good card. It's level 8. It has a lot of interesting applications in the deck by discarding your spell cards and popping cards, and that's really good right there. It's just overall pretty strong. 1 Madame Very. You don't play Golem. The reasoning for this is because apparently in testing it was not that great, but you play this card because it allows you to OTK your opponent by discarding spell and trap cards with different names, or revealing cards with different names. So this is going to be a way that you close out the game in general. So we have 3 Petoir, which is your draw card, which is pretty good. We have 1 Pottery, which allows you to special summon a Witchcraft monster from your deck, except this card. It's not that great, apparently. I'm not too familiar with this deck I'm not as I have not really played it all that much. We have 3 Chimera, which allows you to, which is basically a Foolish Barrier for the deck. It's pretty good. Like I said, we were playing 3 Call by the Graves to out our opponent's hand traps, 2 Foolish Burial Goods, because you want to have some cards in the graveyard to recur later, so it's pretty good. As I said, Mystic Mind is just absolutely insane. You should probably expect this in your True Draco and your Sky Striker matchups, as to close out your opponents, as to floodgate you out of the game, and you won't be able to do anything to resolve this card unless you're side decking properly for this card. So I would highly recommend you do that. 2 Extravagance, because there's not a lot of cards in your extra deck that you particularly care about if you discard, or if you or if you banish. So just having more consistency is really good. 1 Reasoning. It's pretty good. Allows you to special summon cards for free. Allows you to get out your Hain for free if they call wrong. If they're not expecting this deck, which they probably shouldn't be, they should probably be expecting Infernos when they see this card. But when you get the chance to summon your 8 monster, none of your monsters are level 1, so all your cards should be summoned for basically free. It is going to be though. An issue with this is that if you hit like Ghost Ogre or a Gamma, it's going to suck really bad, because you're going to have to summon those. I guess Driver isn't that bad, because 2500 attack vanilla monster that you summon for basically nothing is, I guess, the worst case scenario for whatever you wanted to do with it. So 3 Secret Village. It's pretty good. Allows you to stop your opponent's spells, since you're going to be the only one probably controlling spellcasters. This is really good against Sky Strikers and even True Draco, as they are heavily reliant on their spell cards. 2 Super Poly, as they are really good this format. So there's really nothing to really say about this. It reflects in the extra deck as well. That Super Poly is super fantastic in this deck. 1 Terraforming, to search out your Secret Village or search out your Mystic Mine. 1 By Street. This card is actually one of the key pieces. He said he would play 2 if he had the chance, but if a Witchcrafter monster you control would discard to activate an effect, you can send this card from the field instead. During the end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can place this card face-up card in a spell and trap card zone, which is really good because it allows you to basically activate all of your Witchcrafter cards for essentially free. It's not a hard once per turn, I don't think. It doesn't, but you can only use it for the first time that you would do this. It's kind of interesting. 3 creation. This is your Rhoda. He said after you get your first search, you pretty much just use this as discard fodder for pretty much whatever you want for your spells and your Hane and your Pitoir. So 1 draping. I feel like this is it's a looks like it's multiple. It bounces your opponent's spell and traps, which is I think pretty good. 3 holiday. It's a monster reborn apparently. 1 metaverse to cheese out your Mystic Mine, and if you're actually if you're if you're playing against Sky Striker, this isn't that bad because you have like Pitoir or you have Hane on the board, and then you activate Metaverse, and then you activate Secret Village with the Spellcaster for free basically, and your opponent probably won't be able to play through that on their turn as effectively as they could on the following turns. So it's going to be really good to close out their Sky Striker matchups. And 2, Rivalry of the Warlord. Again, pretty good against most of the meta at this current point in time. A lot of the meta is centered around multiple attributes or no multiple types. So having this as a potential thing, if you activate this before your opponent summons your Ray or your or instant cards like that, so it's pretty good for that. You usually side it out for other floodgates if you are not playing against those decks. So next, on to the extra deck, we have 3 Mud Dragon of the Swamp, 1 Protoplant Drago Stapelia, 2 Violet Chimera, 3 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Cyframe Lord Omega, 1 Beak Cop, 1 Borosword, 2 Phoenix, and 1 Lane Ferenkus. He said the reason why you play the 2 Nightmare Phoenixes is because just in case if you banish one of them with Pot of Extravagance. So that's interesting. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next video. This has been All Things Entertaining, signing out.